Good Wednesday morning. I'm in my carport at the homestead, I guess you could call it. I call it a hobby farm. People call it a homestead. Yesterday, we were cleaning up around the yard and picking some stuff up, moving stuff around and getting ready. And I was sitting there thinking, I said, you know what? I told Junior, I said, go in the house and get me my wire brush off the thing. And it's gonna get noisy because I got my wire brush and I just threw dirt in my face. Classical but comical. But yeah, power drill and wire brush. And the reason for it is because back in late September, early October, I saw an ad on Facebook, and this one kid had come in from college and he was helping his dad declutter his area. And they were going to haul this stuff off for scrap at one time, and he's like, no, he goes, let me put it on Marketplace, I can sell it. And I'm glad he did, because he had listed old-fashioned metal bed for $50. And I jumped on it because I had one a few years ago. I got it from a friend of mine, and I just, at the time, I had other stuff going on, and I didn't mess with it. And so I sold it to somebody else for the same price that I paid for it. And but I had kicked myself in the ass, because there is, like, as time went on, metal beds like this are getting harder and harder and harder to find, because so many people take them and turn them for scrap metal, or they just put them out in their yard and they pile dirt around it and they're like, oh, I got a flower bed, which, you know, yeah, a flower bed like that is kind of comical. It does look nice in some ways, but do it with a modern bed so you don't destroy an antique bed. And but, you know, people just, they have their own views and ideas and they think it's great, so, you know. But I try to, anytime I can salvage an antique metal bed for next to nothing, I'll do it. And I think that's gonna be the doom of me the next so many years, is because I'm going to acquire a lot more things like this at a cheaper price, and I'm gonna work on restoring them. And the one I have right now, about one side of the bed is done. Well, I won't say done. It's done enough to where I possibly could primer it and paint it, but I still got to do some more sanding on it. I mean, it's done enough to where I could primer it if I wanted to a point, but I'm not. I want to make sure I get about 98.9% of all the surface rust and crud and everything else off of it before I primer it. Now, I've gotten ahead of myself a little bit, like I always do. But when I went to this guy's place, not only did I get a full-size bed for $50, I got an additional headboard and footboard of the same kind of setup, but without the rails for the second bed. So what I'm going to do is, a buddy of mine that's a welder that's down the road from me, his name's Danny, I'm going to see if he could fabricate 2 rails for my bed. Because not only is he a welder, you know, he works with metal and everything else. And yes, his scheduling is a lot busier than most people's and everything else. And if it takes him a while to do it, that's fine, because I know at least I have one complete bed with no issues. Now, I will show you what the bed looks like. This is the metal bed. Well, let me bring it out some. Let me just take it off the tripod. It'd be easier. This is the metal bed. As you can see, some of it had like a blue tint to it. It still needs to get some stuff ground off of it, like around the edgings there and around the little crevices. There is the heart style spindle. And you can see the one, let me zoom in some, you can see what the back one looks like back there, all cruddy and nasty. That right there is what that right there used to look like. And that's from taking the wire brush and brushing most of it with a wire brush. It still needs a lot more done with it. I probably am going to cheat to some degree and use Easy Up oven cleaner on it to get a lot of the crap of it off, and then use an acetone to neutralize it so that way I can primer it. Now down here, that's the other one. Here's the one I've been working on. See, there's still some crap on there I gotta get off, and you know, it's some of it's fairly clean, but there's still patches I gotta get to, and like over here, this little piece is not too bad, but I still need some work done to it. But as you can see, the bed right here, let me back out some. Let me turn it this way, you can see it better. The bed post right there on the behind it, that's how nasty the one I was working on looked like. It was just like that. And then, let me turn the camera around. No, you're not on drugs, you're not drunk. But this here, see, the one right here looks like it's the same way, but it's not. It actually has been, I'm getting up. It's actually smooth. I mean, there's still surface rust on here. I'm gonna take some sandpaper too. But this one here, right here, looked like this one here at one time. And I'm gonna flip it over this way so you can see how nasty and cruddy it is. See how this side is? This bed's not as bad as the other one, but it still has surface tension on it and everything else. And there's my toilet chair up, and you use them to sit in to work on this bed. But yeah, I mean, it still needs a lot of work done to it, but this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy working on things like this. Sit my old crippled ass down, put me back up here again. My chickens are back there clucking at me. They're telling me, get your ass over here and feed me. I'm hungry. Now, get to where it pick me up better. There we go. You can see my ugly ass now. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get at least this headboard done this afternoon before Junior gets home. Because when Junior gets home, we're gonna be moving a wood pile that's by the driveway over here, and we're gonna be trying to get some of the chunks over here. Honestly and truthfully, what I should be doing right now, besides making a video and sending it on the bed, is taking the back tire off my riding mower and taking it to E-Town Small Engine and saying, hey, I need y'all to fix my valve stem, replace it, and replace the tire, so that way I can get my happy ass out here and mow the yard. But I'll probably sand on this for a little bit more, and then go get my flat tip screwdriver to pop out the C-ring on the side of the mower so I can take my tire off and get it fixed so I can come back. Well, it won't be today, it'll probably be sometime this week and I'll be able to pick it up. But at least I can start mowing Georgia the Jungle, as I call my yard, because it's so overgrown with grass and everything else. So, and I know my neighbors will appreciate me mowing the yard, because everybody else's yard looks really nice and mine, you know, looks like, you know, a piece of crap. But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff back here in the back, like the old rabbit cage right there. It's falling over, and there's a bunch of other debris back here, stuff I gotta clean up. I thought about just taking the old rabbit cage, since most of it's kind of like an eyesore in the yard. I thought about taking it, putting it on the other side of the yard over there, kind of like out of the way, and using it for whatever animal wants to jump inside of it when it's raining, like cat or possum or coon or something like that. But I don't know. I might just start in the wood pile, and because I have a wood pile started up here, I'm gonna be burning, and just burn it down and take all the metal out of it and put it in for scrap. Hell, who knows? Couldn't tell you. But there's still a lot of stuff on this side yard that we gotta tend to, and that's usually what we're gonna be doing. Say my main yard is fine, you know. There's a little bit of debris like branches and sticks I gotta pick up, but for the most part, majority of the cleanup's on this side of the yard, because it's where, you know, well, this is front yard. To me, this is the backyard. The backyard is always the place that you hide everything, you toss everything you don't want to see in the front yard. So that's why I gotta make sure I get the, as I call my backyard, as nice as the front yard. But yeah, this is just something I wanted to show you. This has nothing to do with root digging. It has nothing to do with, gardening and farming and berry cropping and stuff like that. But this is something that I enjoy doing, and if I don't use it right away, I got a shed over there. Once I get it cleaned out, I'm gonna concrete the floor and make sure that everything's nice and floor level, so that I can start putting some work benches in there and everything else. That's going to be a task probably sometime in the summer. But I got plenty of time. Well, as of right now, I have plenty of time. So y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all again later.